What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. It is official May 1st, 2015. Later on today, I will be going to watch The Avengers Age of Ultron. I cannot freaking wait. One of the best films, one of the most anticipated films of all time today. It drops today. I'm very excited. We had Revival of F, and now we're rolling on in with The Avengers 2. After that, we're going to have to go see, Fast 7. We're going to go see Jurassic World, all that kind of stuff. So right now, as of today, begins the official summer kickoff for all the top movies coming out, except for Star Wars, of course, because Star Wars comes out, December. So that right there is going to be very awesome to see. So if you guys want to see my epic live reaction, you have to stay tuned for this weekend because it's going to be so fucking fun. Cannot wait. But before we begin, everybody, make sure you guys go on ahead and check out my second channel at UnrealEnt Network. On there, you're going to find a whole bunch of stuff that you guys won't find on here. Dragon Ball Xenoverse battles, WWE, Dying Light, Mortal Kombat, everything you guys would expect is on there. So that right there is another rodeo in and of itself. So I really can't wait, guys. I mean, summertime. I mean, it's springtime. Summertime is the best time of the season because we all get to relax. We all get to enjoy, go on vacation. School's out. Fuck work. Go on vacation. Just enjoy yourselves. And I can't wait for my vacation because what I'm going to do is probably just go somewhere for once because this will actually be the first time I have vacation time. So I am really looking forward to that. I've never had vacation time in my life because I always would quit my job like 6, 7, 8, 9 months into my workstation. So looking forward to that vacation in June, hopefully. But anyways, everybody, enough nonsense. Let's begin with our first question of the week. And it is from DJ Chronic. I've got some questions. It would be cool if you put them on the next video. Alright, man. Question number 1. Do you prefer the original Dragon Ball Z or Kai? Question 2. What are your past gangs? Were you in one? If so, which one? Question 3. What is your favorite wrestling move to use? Question 4. What is your favorite wrestling company or promotion? Question 5. What are your views on WWE? Do you think it is a disgrace of wrestling? Question 6. Have you ever experimented with any types of drugs? Well, thank you, Mr. Chronic, for the questions. To answer your first question, I think we all know where I'm going with this one. Dragon Ball Z is way better than Dragon Ball Kai. Period. End of story. Nobody can refute that from me. Nobody can debate that with me because Dragon Ball Z, although it had filler and Kai has no filler, blah, 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 and Kai has updated graphics and, pixelations and stuff like that, whatever. Dragon Ball Z had way better music. Dragon Ball Z had way better voice acting. Dragon Ball Z had a way better of a mystique. Dragon Ball Z is better than Kai. I have a friend by the name of Edgar who disregards that. He believes that Kai is better than Dragon Ball Z, and I love him to death. And I've always admired and respected his opinion. But for once, that was the only thing that we've always disagreed on, is the fact that he believes that Kai is much better because Kai essentially looks better, and Kai ultimately has unique features about it that Dragon Ball Z does not. But even with that said, I still firmly believe that Dragon Ball Z is head and shoulders way better than Dragon Ball Kai. So Dragon Ball Z over Dragon Ball Kai any day of the week. To answer your second question, you got me with that one. Yes, I was involved with the various gangs when I was younger. I was a part of several street gangs, some of them not being around anymore. Young Lords, Two Guns, and I had affiliation with a lot of people that aren't in my life now. I would say 99% of them are gone, and I've never seen or heard from them again. But I mean, the streets of Brooklyn, the streets of Queens are being cleaned up, and actually Brooklyn is supposed to be one of the most expensive places to live in America right now because they're getting rid of every essential that used to make Brooklyn, like gangs and stuff like that. And they're bringing in all the hipsters and all the Jewish hierarchs are, rebuilding the buildings, and they're adding condos and apartments and a whole bunch of other stuff. So Brooklyn is becoming very, very expensive to live, and it is essentially driving everybody off to go to different places and whatnot. So, but yeah, back in the day, wow, it was such a long time ago, actually, damn. Yeah, I was associated with a whole bunch of stuff, and I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I remember we used to get into a lot of fights with other gangs, other street crews. The Latin Kings were involved, the Bloods were involved. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, during my early high school days, late middle school days, I was involved in a whole bunch of stuff that I really wish that I wasn't never a part of. But then again, I learned valuable lessons, and I learned that not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is going to be, sticking by you until the very end. Essentially, a lot of people are liars. A lot of people have their own agenda, especially when it comes down to gangs and stuff like that. The whole motto of never snitch. That went out the window. Everybody snitches upon each other, and it's crazy. So, but yeah, I was affiliated with a lot of those things, and some other things that I won't talk about because it's just too much to speak of right now. But yeah, I was a part of those, and we just used to go to war with a lot of these guys, and for no reason, to little or no reason. It was like, oh, he's wearing yellow, let's fuck him up. It was just like so stupid, man. But that's the mentality that you have when you're younger. So the takeover, I suppose. To answer your third question, my favorite wrestling move to use. There are multiple moves. I love using the belly to belly. I love using the end of days. End of days is pretty cool, but my variation is just a little different of Ian Corbin. I love using the lion spear. That's just amazing to use sometimes. Insecurity. I mean, there aren't really any favorite wrestling moves that I love to use particularly. I'm still learning a lot of them as we speak. The standing shooting star is pretty easy to do, so I love doing that. The top rope shooting star is something that I've never mastered nor have done frequently because I am too terrified of pulling off a Brock Lesnar and just jumping off and breaking my neck. But yeah, I mean, my favorite wrestling moves are ones that I can apply myself, and every move has its meaning. So for me, every single move that I do has its meaning, for me at least. But for right now, those would have to be it. For at least for right now. I mean, we're not talking about deadlift gut wrenches and tiger suplexes and stuff like that. I mean, I love those as well. But like I said, every move has its meaning for me. So to answer your fourth question, favorite wrestling company and promotion. Well, of course, for me, it's WWE. I love WWE so much, so that is definitely up there. Ring of Honor. I love Ring of Honor a lot. Hopefully, I would be able to wrestle in Ring of Honor one day. So, Ring of Honor. PWG, PWS, New Japan Pro Wrestling. What is the other one? Well, I mean, TNA, not really anymore. Back in like 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, yeah. TNA was definitely up there for me. But now it's that's definitely not the case. So TNA is not one of them. I'm sorry, TNA. House of Glory is definitely one of them. House of Hardcore is another, which is a great promotion. So a lot of indie companies for sure. And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of indie companies do have a lot of great wrestling behind it. So those would have to be some of my favorite companies. To answer your fifth question, views on WWE. I don't think it's a disgrace per se, but I do think the writing and the creative behind WWE is completely butchering the product. Let the guys go out there and let the guys cut their own promos, give them bullet points, allow the story to make sense. Listen to the fans for once. CM Punk made a very good point when he said, where are my WWE ice cream bars? I mean, that may be a little thing right there, like having WWE ice cream bars, but still, I mean, that right there would be awesome to see, because for once, if they were to do that, they would listen to the fans, and fans wanting, ice cream bars and stuff like that. I mean, we had it back in the day. How come we don't have it anymore? It'll be really cool to have that, because it's something out of the ordinary, And if WWE continues to listen, they can just implement more into that. So who knows what WWE is planning on doing in the future? So whatever it is that they're going to do, I really hope that it's truly best for business. So, and to answer your sixth question, yes, I have. marijuana and alcohol, and the worst I probably ever done was like, what was it, Xanax. That was pretty much it. I mean, one pill was enough for me. So everybody often has like their cycles. Everybody often in life tries at least one thing, whether it's cigarettes or whether it's booze, whether it's, God forbid, crack cocaine or heroin or whatever. People are different. People get hooked on certain things, and I've seen people for myself who've went on from doing marijuana and stuff to like cocaine and whatever, and it's pretty crazy. It's like, wow, thank God I never did any of that stuff, but I think the farthest I ever went was like just marijuana and stuff like that. That was pretty much it, really. But anyways, Mr. DJ, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very, very awesome day, my friend. Now moving on to the next question, which is from Sub-Zero. So, I want to make it to the NBA. I became inspired by you, that you followed your wrestling dream and you became a professional wrestler. I just wanted to ask you, should I follow my dream, attempt to be 1 in a million, or should I just try to go into a normal job? At school, we play basketball, and I'm not the very best at it, even in my school. So should I keep practicing or give up on my dream? Well, to answer your question, why in the world would you ever... Why in the world would you ever want to give up? Is my question to you. Yeah, sure, you may not be the best. I mean, I'm not the best at wrestling. There are many people out there that aren't the best at anything they do. People get into MMA, people get into football, people get into basketball, people get into soccer, people get into pro video gaming. Not everybody is the best at what they do, but they do it to the best of their ability. What I think you should do is definitely follow your dream. Now, if you want to make it to the NBA, you have to come with the realization, and you have to understand the realization that there is going to be a lot of competition. There is going to be a lot of competition, and essentially not everybody is going to be your friend. People are going to misuse you. People are going to step all over you just to get to where they need to get to. For you, if you're not the very best at something, keep practicing and become better at it. So yes, I think you should go to practice. I think you should go on ahead and pursue your dream, because even though you may be 1 in a million to go on ahead and try, you just might be that 1 in a million that makes it to the NBA. Granted, the NBA, I believe, look for specific things, and all you have to do is just show them that you're marketable, show them how good of an athlete you are, and show them that you're a team player. Depending on how old you are, I don't know how old you are, but I think you should follow your dream. There is no such thing as a dream becoming too big that you cannot succeed. Any dream, for that matter, could be obtainable with hard work, with dedication, and with consistency. You can't just sit there and say, well, I'm not that good, so therefore I don't think I can make it. No, that doesn't make any sense. If you believe in your own ability that you can succeed, and if you practice long enough and you keep enduring that, you're bound to make it places. I mean, from personal experience, wrestling is really hard. A lot of people tend to say wrestling is easy. If you get into wrestling, like I'm into wrestling, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of backstabbing, there's a lot of competitors that want to outperform you, outdo you, and of course it's your job to become better than those people. Just like in the NBA, there are players out there that want to look down on you, they want to make sure that they show off their skills, they want to make sure that they make you look bad. That's just the nature of the sport, And for you, I think that you should do it, because why not do it now rather than regret it later on down the road and say, oh, well, I wish I was able to do that, but I wasn't able to. I would much rather do something and fail at it than look back one day and just be like, oh, man, I really wish I should have took that offer up because this and that and the third. Just by sitting around and just wondering to yourself, like, oh, I wonder what would have happened, rather than sitting there and wondering, oh, what could be. Why don't you go out there and make that a possibility? I mean, you only have everything to win and to gain and nothing to lose. It's not like, granted, the only thing you have to lose is your time, but that comes with the nature of sacrificing for the greater good. If you sacrifice time, you're bound to get more of that later on down the road when you succeed. Anybody, for that matter, who's watching this and who wants to, go for their dreams, you shouldn't allow anybody to just sit there and just look at you and go, you can't do it, or just sit there for yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and go, I can't do it. Yes, you can. It doesn't require much. All it requires is your time, your patience, and your dedication, and lots and lots of hard work. So I think you should follow your dream. I think you should follow your dream, and whatever comes out of that, it's ultimately on you, man. But anything is obtainable, anything is possible, so as long as you just stick by and you do it to the fullest of your ability. So anyways, Sub-Zero, thank you for the question. I hope you have a very wonderful day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from C. Hey Alex, love the content, bro. Truly and utterly amazing. Here are my questions. Some are personal. Okay. Question number 1. The girl of my dreams has finally escaped me and now is dating a kid named Joshua. He's very lean and very athletic. I am not. What should I do? Ooh. Another girl story. Question 2. I battled you on Xenoverse about 2 weeks ago. We had a one-on-one and you put it up on UnrealEnt Network. So my question is, can we have a rematch 3 versus 3? Question number 3. Do you believe in supernatural things happening at night in the woods somewhere, such as demons, Wendigo, etc.? Okay. Question 4. Raikon versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Who would win? And finally, question number 5. Thoughts on the Avengers 2 and who will you go see it with? Well, thank you for the questions, Mr. C. To answer your first question, if the girl of your dreams has finally left you, what I think you should do is just move on. Now, if you're saying that this kid named Joshua is athletic and whatever and he's lean, and you're not, that ought to speak volumes, because if you feel as if he is your competition or he is your competitor, you should do something in order to better yourself. Now, I don't always encourage people to do something that they don't normally want to do, but I think health is very important, and I think that people ought to work out, not for selfish reasons, but for, like, number 1, to look better, number 2, to be athletically gifted. And for me, I work out because I want to look better for my career. I want to be in the WWE. I want to be able to pretty much do things with my body that normally some people can't. I want to be as athletic as physically possible. I want to have endurance, and I want to have strength, and I want to be able to one day set some sort of record if possible, you know. I don't do it to impress nobody. I don't care if girls like it. I don't care if girls hate my body. I really don't care about that stuff, you know. I don't work out to impress other people. I don't work out to pretty much downgrade someone, like, hey, look, I have a 6-pack and you don't. I don't really care about that stuff, you know. If you have a 6-pack, cool. If I don't, cool. If I do, cool. If you don't, cool. You know, like, everybody's different. So for this girl to leave you, and pretty much, I would believe in some way, shape, form, or shape, you know, pretty much led you on to believe that you had some sort of chance with her, I really ought to think that she's a real piece of shit. Maybe she doesn't know what she's gotten herself into yet, but maybe she will later on down the road. Now, describe to me what you mean by the girl of your dreams, because there are millions upon billions of people on this planet, and for you to say that she's the girl of your dreams, to me, it sounds like you're more infatuated, because you'll never really know if there really is another girl out there who is head and shoulders vastly superior and better than she will ever be. But you know what? I mean, if you're a genuine person, if you're a good guy, and if you had something more to offer than just the body, and she took that up and just passed you on over, then it's her mistake. You don't have to be genetically gifted by having a good look in order to have a good personality, you know. So if she wants to go on ahead and date this guy, I mean, what more can you do except just better yourself? And then one day when shit hits the fan with her and Joshua, she's gonna come running back, and then it's up to you whether or not you want to accept her or not. So I would just say move on. Don't dwell on it a lot, because a lot of people tend to dwell on it, and they, you know, put themselves in a horrible situation where they become sad, they become depressed, and they want to do things they don't necessarily want to do, and it's really heartbreaking. But you should never allow a single person to dictate how you should go on with your life, even after she's moved on from you, you know. So your best chances are to move on from her and just better yourself, and then once you do that, you'll find yourself to be in a much better situation, I suppose. But just don't look at it as if like it's the end of the world, because like I told you, there are dozens of girls out there that are just begging and waiting for your attention. So to answer your second question, I don't know your PSN, so I don't recall, but I've battled many people 1v1 on Xenoverse, and I've put it up on UnrealEnt Network, just in case you guys want to go on ahead and check it out. And if you want a rematch, fine, 3-on-3, that's perfectly fine with me. If you want to go ahead and round up 2 other friends, that's perfectly fine, because I'm going to get my friend Paul and Sean, and it's going to be the 3 of us versus the 3 of you. So to answer that question, yes, I am open for battle. I am ready for battle. And if you want to do a 3-on-3, I am perfectly fine with that. So if you want your rematch, you got your rematch. All you have to do is just let me know when. And I mean, I don't know who you are. I mean, you have a Sonic emblem, and I'm not entirely sure if you're the same guy that I think I'm talking about right now that I battled. But I did battle someone who had a Sonic profile picture for their, PSN network. And I remember prior to that, I received a message from this person. He was like, would you like to do a 1v1? And I was like, sure. So I've done dozens and dozens of 1v1s on UnrealEnt Network, and if you guys want to go on ahead and check them out, check them out. But yeah, if you want to do a 3-on-3, let me know, and I'm down for it. I mean, I got my boys. Are you ready to get yours? To answer your third question, do I believe supernatural things happen in the woods? Well, personally for me, I would never want to be in the woods at night. That right there is very mystique because we don't really know what goes on in the world to its fullest extent. For example, many people might have an idea, but I don't believe many people know what the actuality is of being in the woods at night or whatever and happening to encounter a supernatural thing and then having to go back and live through it and, tell somebody, hey, I experienced this, without them looking at you like you're all crazy. By calling someone crazy or a liar, it's a very dismissive thing to say. It's very easy to go on ahead and call someone crazy because you can absolutely just dismiss their case without even thinking twice of it. When in actuality, that person can be right. So demons, I've heard of the Wendigo before, but I don't know what it entirely is. I heard it's like some sort of cannibalistic creature that used to be a human, but now like it lives in the woods or something like that, and it has like giant antler horns on its head. I don't know, some weird shit, man. I would not want to be in the woods while that shit is going on because I would shit all over the floor. I would shit everywhere and I would cover myself in shit. Who in the right mind would want to eat me if I'm covered in shit? You know what I'm saying? Lesson learned in Jurassic Park, by the way. So, do I believe? That is a very far-fetched statement. Do I believe that? I would say yeah, because who are we as people to say that these things can't happen? We've never had a research group or something, like just sit in the woods for like a month and study everything at night. Just like take like 10 or 15 of like the top scientists in the world or whatever the case may be, like, throw them in like these remote locations where things happen, apparently, wherever it may be, like murder sites or whatever, like, the forest where all the Wendigo stuff happened. Put them there for like 2 weeks and just let them document stuff, and if they so happen to find something, then boom, 2 weeks, that's 14 days in the woods by yourselves, like that shit is raw. So I mean, the best way to do that is to just go on ahead and do that, right? I mean, just like the whole Megalodon situation and unknown sea creatures, right? Build some sort of device, build, machines or whatnot, allow them to sink down below 10, 15, 20,000 feet into the water, and let's see what we find. Let's see what we find, because we never know what's down there, like unleash a whole bunch of machines and let them go down there and find out for themselves, because we as humans never really know until we actually see for ourselves. But how are we supposed to see for ourselves if we don't make the effort to go on ahead and look for the answers? So do I believe something may happen in the woods at night? Possibly. I mean, who am I to say not? Like, what if I venture out in the woods at night and something happens to me? And I survive and I come back, right? Who the hell is gonna want to believe me? So it's very dismissive in a sense too. To answer your fourth question, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would win over Super Saiyan 4 Raikon, because even though Raikon is a Super Saiyan 4 in his own right and he's very, very strong, I do believe that Gogeta would be more than enough to handle him, given the fact that it's 2 Super Saiyan 4s plus an additional add-ons. So I think Gogeta would wreck, Super Saiyan 4 Raikon by far. It would be a good battle. Raikon would be able to put a dent in Gogeta's armor, but he wouldn't completely decimate Gogeta. So I would have to say Gogeta would win. And to answer your final question, hopefully I'm going to go see the movie today with Paul, Sean, my friend Jessica and Omar and whatnot. So hopefully we're going to be going on ahead and going to watch the film together, because honestly, this is a film that I really cannot wait for. So we're supposed to be watching it today, and I mean, hopefully if things go good, the moment I'm done with this, I am off. I am out of here. So when that happens, I'm gonna go on ahead and wrap things up, and I'm gonna go watch the movie, because I've been hearing a lot of things. My friend actually saw the early morning showing, and he told me that the movie was just absolutely spectacular. Like, he's going again tonight. I don't know which movie theater he's going to, but he told me that the movie's worth watching twice. So when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, really? Like, so the movies, you can watch the movie multiple times. He was like, yeah, and he told me the ending is just really, really awesome. So I was like, okay, I mean, let's see how things go. So tonight is going to be the night that I will go on ahead and see the long-anticipated Avengers 2. And my thoughts on it are, it's going to be fantastic. I want to see where Thanos fits in the picture, if he makes a debut or not at the very end. But I mean, as of right now, we're just going to have to wait and see. So just check out my review when it drops. Anyways, Mr. C, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have an awesome day. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. My name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below, guys. Hit the video up with a like and a favorite if you guys enjoyed it. I know I had to cut this just a little bit short, but you guys also have to understand that every single person that sends me fan mail sends about like 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 questions. So I didn't really technically answer 3 to 4 questions. I answered 3 to 4 people that had about 15 to 20 questions. So that right there is just a lot. So if you guys want to go on ahead and send me some questions, send it to me in the comment section below. Preferably, I would ask you guys to send me a video format fan mail, just because it's a lot easier to get through. And if you go on ahead and send a video made fan mail, you're quicker to be shown on fan mail than just regular text, because I get messages and comments a lot, and I try to get to everybody, and there's literally hundreds of you guys that send me stuff, so it's incredibly hard to just get to everybody. But thank you all for watching, everybody. Once again, long live Dragon Ball Z, as I will be battling people when I come back from the movie theater on Xenoverse. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody, and God bless. Peace!